Hey everybody, I'm here today to tell you how to be a better teacher in 7 easy steps. In this video, I'll be going over 7 simple things that you can do to be a better teacher. Now, for those of you that don't know, I am a full-time teacher, and I'm going to go over some simple things that you can do to be a better teacher. 7 simple things to be precise. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Sorry about that. My eyes are a little bit itchy. I think I'm getting some allergies right now, but let's get into the video. Number 1 is to work on your classroom management. Now, as a teacher, I can tell you that classroom management is by far one of the most important skills that you can have. There are so many classroom management techniques, strategies, and skills that you can use, but work on whatever ones work for you in your class. Your class this year might require a different type of classroom management than your class did last year, and the one before that, and the one next year, right? So you have to work on your classroom management and the specific strategy that works for the class that you have this year. It's as simple as that. The second way to be a better teacher is to get those marks back faster. Now, I know it's difficult to get, it can be difficult to get marks back to students once they've handed in an assignment or a test, to get the marks back to them quickly, but you want those marks to be effective in allowing them to see what they did right and what they didn't do right. So if you give out a test and you give the marks back, 6 months later, the student's not going to be able to use that to work on their learning, right? They're going to see the mark, they're going to say, okay, I did well or I didn't do well, and that's going to be it. But you want those marks to guide their learning. This way they can touch up on the things that they didn't know, and they can reiterate the things that they did know for that test or the assignment. So try to get the marks back to the students as quickly as possible, basically. The third thing to be a better teacher is to be more clear about how to achieve success on an assignment. Think about it this way. When you give a student an assignment or a project, you want them to know how to get the best possible marks. And you want them to obviously ask you questions, but you want to make sure that you give them as much information as possible so that they have as few questions as possible, because you want them to know everything that they can possibly know, and then just ask a few questions to just sort of brush up on some information. So be very clear about how a student can achieve success on an assignment that you are giving to them. The fourth thing, I was going to say the third thing, but we're actually on the fourth thing that you can do is make your lessons more interactive. Now, instead of just standing at the front and talking to the students like this for the whole class, for the whole period, for the whole lesson, make your lessons more interactive. Now, maybe that's, allowing them to respond and raise their hand and work in groups, and all that's going to promote better learning, but also have more facial expressions throughout your lessons. Have more hand gestures throughout your lessons. Use more props throughout your lessons. Whatever the case is, right? Figure it out, but try and get your lesson to be more interactive and more engaging. The fifth thing that you can do to be a better teacher is to incorporate technology into the classroom. Technology is an amazing, incredible thing, and teaching is an old profession. You want to bring that new into that old. You want to bring that technology into the classroom. Use whatever you can use, whether it's a phone, a laptop, an iPad, a smartphone, a projector, a smart board. Whatever you can do to incorporate technology, try to incorporate more technology into the classroom. Your students will love it, and the learning will be much better. Number 6 is to make the lessons more relevant to their lives. People respond to relevancy. So what happens is when you're teaching something to students, if it's relevant to them, they're more likely to learn it properly and remember it for years to come. And that's your goal as a teacher. You don't want to just teach them things that they'll remember now for this year. You want to teach them things that they'll remember forever, right? For 30 years down the road. So what you want to do is you want to try and incorporate things that are relevant. So try and make the lessons more relevant to them, what's happening in their lives, maybe a current event that's happening. Just try and work with relevancy. Try and get relevancy on your side. Last but not least, number 7, the seventh thing that you can do to be a better teacher is to teach in a variety of ways. Now, it's no secret, many people learn in different ways. Some people respond to visual learning, artistic learning, musical learning, listening, that audible type of learning, right? That audio learning, written learning, like whatever the case is, you want to try and teach your lessons in a variety of ways. And as much as possible, you want to try and incorporate as many teaching styles as possible into a single lesson. This way, the person who's a visual learner won't have to wait till every 5 lessons to learn in that way. You want to try and incorporate as as much as possible into a lesson. And I know that it can be difficult. I'm not saying that it's easy, but I'm just telling you, I'm just asking you to try. It's as simple as that. And that's basically it. In this video, I've gone over how to be a better teacher in 7 easy steps. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.